Hello YouTube, we're going to do another video here. Today we're going to do a video on a distance test. As you can tell, it's a clear skies. There's no rain, no clouds. So let's see if the distance gets affected by clouds and weather. So we got the stock setup repeater. There's no amplifier hooked up. We're using, like I said, the Retevis Rt97 repeater. I have a laptop set up about 100 feet away from the repeater that will record my voice and play it back. I kind of did a video on that a little bit, since there's no direct way to hook up to the repeater. I did. Now, and I'll do a video about it so that y'all can see it. I did move my antenna. I needed my truck, so I had to. I don't want to keep putting the antenna up and down, up and down, up and down. That's kind of a pain in the ass. So I kind of put it 100 feet away from where it was in my one video that said my antenna set up. It's the same antenna height. That's the only thing different. I moved about 100 feet off my truck so that I could use my truck. And I kind of got it in the middle of the yard, per se. I'll make a video of it so you can kind of see. So I don't think moving it should change the range at all. If it does, I would be totally shocked, because like I said, I moved about 100 feet from where it was in my setup, my GMRS repeater setup video. It's 100 feet from where that's at. But the same antenna height, same pole. What else? I'm using the power supply that came with the repeater. I'm plugging it into 120 volt. That's really about it. Pretty much the same thing I had in my truck, except for it's not on my truck. Okay, so at any rate, let's get on with the video. Location 1, which is 0.8 miles away. Let's see how it sounds. Radio check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Radio check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't sound bad at all. I tried to get the volume set equally for this video. I had to change the settings on the software for the other repeater video I did. So I try to put things back to be in comparison. So anyhow, hopefully it's fairly close. But we're going to go to the next location, and I'm going to put you on pause, and then we'll go from there. Thought I'd kind of quick do a shot of this. Do you see that tower right there? I think it's a cell tower. Wouldn't that be great if I could put my antenna on there? Yeah, I doubt they'll let me do that. But that's a really good location there. So, you know, the only problem is, even if they let me, I don't think I'd be allowed to even climb that tower without the proper insurance. That means you got to hire someone to climb the tower to install your radio gear. That's why the water tank, water tower would have been really good. Maybe I'll do a quick shot of that, but it'd be neat to have that on tower though, wouldn't it? Well, at any rate, off we go. I'll talk to you in a little bit. There is, I hope you can see it, there is the water tower. Hope you can kind of see that. That would have been a really good location to put the antenna, but I was denied. Reason being is, when the cellular people come in with their cell antennas, they have the location signed a contract, and the contract states until their lease is up, which however many years that is, no other antennas are allowed in the same area. I suppose they're afraid of interference, obviously. It's what my guess would be, even though we're totally different frequencies. But that's why I got denied. That water tower would have been perfect. I wouldn't need hardly any coax at all, because everything's all on top. When I kind of turn the corner here, it'll kind kind of see what I mean here. Maybe, hopefully, you can kind of see the water tower there. But at any rate, you could, I don't need hardly any coax because you mount your, I would have welded up a metal box like they have on their stuff. I would weld it up a sheet metal box, put all the equipment in with fans, and then I'd mount the, like how they do it, I'd mount it right to the railing, so I'd only need like a foot of coax. There's power out there. It would have been ideal, but nope, got denied. So what it is, what it is. Okay, off to the next location. Okay guys, we're at the other location. What I'm doing is to keep the video short. This location is 2 miles away, approximately. I went from 0.8 miles to 2 miles away. I didn't do the in-between just to try to keep the video short and sweet. So this, right now I'm at location 2, which is approximately 2 miles away. And I'm using, I'm using the same handheld Retevis RT85. Nothing done to it. Stock antenna. Let's see if we can hit the repeater from here. Radio check 1 2 3 4. Radio check 1 2 3 4. I could make it out. It's a little scratchy. We'll do it again. I could still make it out, but it's breaking up. Radio check 1 2 3 4. Radio check 1 2 3 4. She's definitely breaking up, so that's interesting. Yeah, I think if I remember right, it was better in the other video when it was cloudy out, I believe. I'd have to check the footage, but it's about 2 miles away on a handheld, sitting in my car. I got the car and the camera facing the direction of the repeater. I didn't do that in the last location, but I'm trying to do it now. Definitely scratchy and breaking up. Like I said, I did move the antenna, so maybe that might have a slight effect. I don't know. But we're going to go to another location, and that's going to be in the other town. And let's see, that's going to be getting pretty far. I don't know if I'm going to hit this one. I did on the other video, but I'm starting to wonder. But we'll go ahead and give it a try. And I'm going to put you on pause, and we'll be back right with you. Alright guys, we're at the other location, which is location 3. This is 2.91 miles away. Let's give it a try. Radio check, testing 1 2 3 4. I can make it out. I'd have to play the other video, but it might be a little scratchy there. Again, the car and camera are facing the direction of the repeater, and I'm just holding the handheld in my hand. I'm not stepping out of the car. Radio check 1 2 3 4. You can make it out, so I don't know. Maybe it might be about the same as it was the other day when it was cloudy and rainy. We'll have to look at the other video. I might go do one more stop all the way across town. If you recall, one of the videos I did that. I'm gonna go all the way across town. I'm in a different town now, so I'm gonna drive all the way back, go through town, on the other end of town, and let's see what happens at the other location. And but yeah, it's doable. I can understand it. I'll do it again. Radio check 1 2 3 4. 2.91 miles away. Definitely little scratchy there, kind of breaking up. Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, like I say, I don't remember the other video if it was clear or not, but definitely, it's doable. Like I say, it's definitely doable. The one thing that I like about doing it this way, compared to have someone on the other end, is that when you ask somebody, well, how do I sound? And they say, oh, you sound okay. Well, that doesn't really tell you. I mean, do I sound scratchy? Am I breaking up? So the person on the other end, if they don't know radio stuff or two-way radio or have understanding, or unless you explain it to them, of course, but even at that, they may not, what I think is okay, it may not be what the other person thinks is okay. So this actually records my voice, how it would sound if somebody's 100 feet away from the repeater, holding a handheld, listening to me. This is how I would sound when it gets played back to me. So, if that's any, I don't know, food for thought. So, at any rate, I'm going to put this on pause and we'll be right with you. Alright guys, we're at the other end of town. I think one of my videos I was at this location, and if I remember correctly, I think it's like 3 miles away from the repeater. I'm kind of down in the valley. If I remember correct, I think it's about 3 miles, give or take. It's about the same as the last location, but I'm in the other direction. Let's see what happens. Radio check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Radio check. Ooh, I don't know. I don't think I hit the... Wow. Okay, that's interesting. I'm hitting the repeater. It's not the best, but I'm hitting it. And like I say, I'm kind of down as we speak. I'm kind of down a hill, to be honest with you. I'm on a part kind of downward. The camera and the car are not facing the direction of the repeater. It's actually behind me. The repeater would be behind me, would be the direction of the repeater. So let's try it one more time. Of course, I get a ton of traffic. Here we go. Radio check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Radio check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. Definitely hard to understand. I'm hitting the repeater though, which is really amazing. I mean, like I say, if you guys could see the terrain I'm up against, I'm just surprised I can even get out to what I'm doing now. I mean, this terrain is so bad. Just to give you an idea, well, you probably saw it during the video. You saw where there was a cell tower. Then you saw on a water tower that had cellular stuff on it. Yeah, there could be different companies, but the point is there's cellular towers all over here because of the bluffs. The hills are just horrible. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to back this car up about 100 feet. I'm going to be on top of this hill. And let's see if I can if I can make it better. Let's try it once here. As long as no one calls the cops on me here. I'm kind of in a suburb area with residential houses, so hopefully no one freaks out and calls the police. Okay, now I backed the car up. Now you can kind of see where I was at. I'm on the hill now. It's not a very big hill. Let's see if I can hit the repeater. Let's try it now and see if I get it better. Again, the repeater's behind me. Radio check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Radio check. 1, 2, 3, 4. That might have helped a little bit. Very slightly, if you heard. About 100 feet, maybe, might even be a little more than that, maybe 200 feet. You can kind of see where I was at before, right down there in the bottom of the hill. Radio check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Radio check. 1, 2, 3, 4. definitely scratchy. I can make it out. According to the handheld, how it has the indicator for how much reception you're getting in, it's showing pretty full bars. I'll look at it again. Let's do another check. Radio check. 1 2 3 4. Radio check. Yeah, so it's showing a pretty much full scale indication of how you get your reception coming in, and you can hear if I dead key, I'm breaking the squelch, so I'm definitely hitting the repeater. So you can, I'm hitting it. Not bad. I'm gonna have to admit, not bad at all. I mean, I'm using a handheld in a car for Pete's sake. I'm not even stepping out of the car. So I'm going through, I don't know, I'm just going through the metal roof of the car, the windshield. I mean, it's pretty good. Is there a effect with weather? I think there might be a slight effect. I'd have to play back the other videos. I think I got a little bit better range because the clouds may have bounced the signal a little bit better. I know back in the CB days, of course, that's different frequencies, but you could skip. They call it skip talking. You talk to a different state, stuff like that, because the atmosphere was just right. So I'm sure that has an effect. You can play the both videos, and you can kind of see for yourself how the sound is. I'm going to pause the video, and then when I go back, if I'm able to, I'll quickly show you where my antenna is so you have an idea, so you can kind of judge for yourself. I don't think me moving it, 100 feet-ish would make that much difference in range. Better or worse, I don't think it would, but I'll show you anyways. So I'll put you on pause, and we'll do that right now. Hello YouTube. Thought I quickly show you my setup for my repeater. Like I said in the video, I moved the antenna because I needed my truck. So the antenna went from here, that was on my truck, to over there. And I'll walk over there. So that's about, I don't know, maybe 100 feet from there, from here to there. That plastic box is where the repeater's at. This is how I have the antenna temporary. This is temporary. I just can't leave it on my truck, obviously, and I don't want to be putting it up and down when I use my truck. So it's the same. I'll get you a better view here. It's the same. Hopefully you can see that. I got the repeater in that plastic box so it doesn't, get wet. There's the same pole. It's the same antenna. So like I say, I went from there to there. So not real far, but that's the setup I'm running. I'm going to show you. I have the guide lines are not wire. They're nylon rope. You can use metal guide lines, but then you got to put insulators. I don't remember. There's a way to calculate. You don't want the guide wires to act like an antenna, so you got to break up the guide wires, and there's a formula to calculate. That was back in the CB days. I'm sure you still can't do it that way, but here's it is. It's still on the same pole, about 24 some feet high. I mounted the antenna about the same height as it was on the truck. So that's it right there. That's what we're doing. It's the same antenna. About 24 feet, I believe I said in that one video. I have the repeater in here. This is strapped down. The lid's on it. The box is actually mounted to this little lean-to type shelter that's for wood, but the box is mounted to there. I made the hole underneath for the kit for the power cord to go into and the antenna. I don't want to put a hole on top because obviously I don't want to deal with caulk and try to reseal it. So this way, and this is at an angle so the water will run right off. plastic. It should last for a while. It's got these lids on, these snap things on here, but I also put a bungee on it just to keep it. This is screwed down, like I said, to this little roof. Box at an angle so water will run off this way. The hole is kind of in here underneath for the antenna and for my power cord. Like I say, I'm running a stock repeater, the Retevis RT97 repeater, stock. My SWRs on this setup here were 1.04. It was about, I don't remember, almost 6 watts output. I checked my SWRs every time I moved the antenna just to make sure I got everything working good. But so there it is. This is the temporary location, so I can do more videos, do more experimenting until I find a permanent place. And hopefully the permanent place I find is going to be on top of a bluff. But at any rate, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and have a good day.